It's 8:36 in the evening on Tuesday the 16th of July 2024. I've just jumped into bed. I'm back at that, oh my god, why did I buy a vape fucking thing? Spend an awful lot of time thinking about fucking dumb shit that I put myself into. Starting to think that my mind might be like manifesting physical problems, keeping me from leaving. With everything going according to plan, I'm leaving Thursday morning. Juice is coming tomorrow afternoon, after work, tomorrow evening, whatever. Though, according to the weather, it's meant to be raining. I think it said 5 or 10%. It said 5-10% around 4 or 5 today, but it was like 40% after, and it definitely started raining. I don't think it is now. Hey, buddy. I slept until 12:30. Come up. Woke up feeling really good. No anxiety. That did not last long. I had no fucking sugar, right? And I drink black coffee. I drink black tea as well, but no sugar in my tea. But I definitely have sugar in my coffee. It used to be 2 until I hit 46 kilos again, and even I knew I needed to put weight on. Everything just fucking hit me at once when it comes to that fucking crap. I can tell you that much right now. Well, that's at least what I'm telling myself. Fuck me. For all that I share, you can imagine what goes through my head, right? Where am I at? My fucking mind, right. So, yesterday, anxiety-ridden day. Today, I woke up feeling really good. And I thought to myself, maybe I was so anxious because I did nothing yesterday. And I'm leaving on Thursday at like fucking 7 o'clock in the morning. I say 7 because Ellie says she may come at 6. Whether she actually does or not, because this afternoon she was like, oh, Wednesday evening would be better. And I'm like, that's tomorrow. And that's when Juice is helping me pack the bloody thing. Anyway. I was feeling better. I had a coffee I made in the like keeps it hot cup fucking from yesterday, and I knew I didn't have any sugar, or almost any sugar, pretty much none, yeah. And so I saved it, and I'd already known that I was just gonna put it in a cup and heat it in the microwave today, which I did. Then I found 3 single sachets of sugar in like a bowl with random stuff in it in my kitchen. And I was super excited. Wasn't the same. But I had like crumbs of great like raw sugar in the bag, so I sort of like tipped it into the coffee. I was messaging Mum because my anxiety just started to like come on. The whole I've overpacked thing keeps hitting me, which I don't understand, because today I managed to go out, so I'll continue through my day. So Sammy had messaged me saying morning live, and I sort of vaguely woke up when something went off, and gave the message a heart, but I messaged her back at like 12:45 saying I slept in. Anyway, I asked her to keep an eye out for a smart TV for my room. And the message she sent back was, no TVs in the room, farm rules. And I was like, okay. I was like, can you tell me what the rest of these rules are? Because this entire time I've like had that in my head because I'm alone 5 days of the week, and it gets cold at night. And I like snuggling up on my bed with Boss. But she just said no. And that didn't help my anxiety. But I started asking questions, and she said, it's not healthy. It's time for when you're alone. Like there's the living room TV, obviously, and when you're with people, of course, and spend time on self-reflection. And she said a bunch of stuff. And anyway, by the time I got to the end of it, I was like, this is why I'm going to stay with her, because those are all the things I want to do and need help with. So I'm okay forfeiting the TV in the room. But the anxiety, it went away. I went and picked up all the dog poo in the backyard. Trying to get it done before the rain came. And I have to do a load of wash tomorrow and put it in the dryer, just simply for the shit I've been wearing. And I've had to go through and get stuff out of the basket that I kept aside for the car. Anyway, I had a shower after that, and I went to JB Hi-Fi. But I was so anxious, like so fucking anxious. Like, I called Juice, and I couldn't get through, and I called the store's number to find out if he was there, which he was. But he called me back and he's like, it's so busy, don't come. And then I called Ellie, but she didn't answer. I'd messaged my mechanic before I left saying, let me know if there's any way you can do it at all today, or I'll see you in the morning. He called me. He was like, yeah, tomorrow at 10. I asked him what it was going to cost, and he's like, if it's simple, straightforward, he's like, I'm not going to charge you, which is awesome. He's like, don't I always do good by you? And I'm like, you really fucking do, dude. Yep. Send him a text message saying, thanks for being an awesome person. And then I sort of sat in my car in the car park at JB Hi-Fi. Like I took a Valium. My anxiety was bad, yeah. And I drank water, and I did deep breathing, and I tried to find paper or pen in my bag, and I couldn't, which is so not like me. Again, crap's everywhere. Went to the notes section on my phone, wrote myself a shopping list for the next couple of days and the trip. I'm not sure I did make the right decision. Like, oh my god, I really wanted hot and spicy 2-minute noodles, right? And I could not be fucking bothered cooking, right? At that point in time in my head, I had told myself I'd go back through the stuff to see if I have overpacked. I started moving stuff to like from the kitchen table to the living room, and opened the big bag and sort of looked at it and was like, I really can't do anything until it's daylight to see what I can fit in the car under the seats and this and that, yeah. Anyway, I did that, and I sat in my car for a while. When I say I don't know if I did it right, so I bought bread, sliced cheese for like cheese sandwiches, dog cans, toilet paper because I literally ran out today before I left. I bought juice because I wanted juice, and I even put it back, and then I came back, right? This is how fucking second guessing myself I was today. I put the juice in my trolley, and I put the pasta and the canned tomatoes in my trolley. I put the juice away. I went and picked up the 4-pack of hot and spicy noodles. I put the cans of tomato and the pasta away, in my head saying, it's just not the same without peas and grated cheese. Even though I had sliced cheese and I knew I could cut it up. And again, didn't want to cook, yeah. So yeah, I picked up the noodles, put those away. Then I went back and picked up the juice. I bought bottled water. That's a hell of a fucking decent price, I thought. $5 for 12 bottles. Because I need it for drinking water, I've been told. And I'll need it on the road, I guess. So it's in my fridge right now, all of it. There was 2 packets of the Smith's mini chips, which have 7 in each for $7. I got them. And then the big 10-pack of sweet and salty popcorn. That was only $2.75. So I figured that's easy to eat on the road. Obviously I've got butter, I've got Marmite, I've got Up and Go. I did buy a thermos. It was 12 hours hot. And it was $15.50 for 1.1 litres or $17.50 for 1.4. So I got that one. And then I realised I'm probably going to use it mostly for coffee because I obviously bought my sugar and I still have one full and almost another full coffee jar. But I figured I might get cover soup anyway. So I got tomato. There was like two in the pack. But yeah, I looked at biscuits, but again I didn't buy any. But yeah, I've got to go pick up my shoe tomorrow, and it's right next door to Coles. And in my head right now, I'm thinking of donuts, so I might go look at donuts. But yeah, I went to JB Hi-Fi, and someone came over to help me. He's from India. I love talking to people from India. When I tell them I've been there twice, can speak 3 whole sentences in Hindi, and have tattooed in Hindi on my arm, we get along like house on fire. And I said to him, I was like, this is the particular one I want. I was like, but I went to purchase it. It was $139, and the sale must have ended because now it's $179, and I'm real bummed. And I was like, I also need to buy the smart box so that my mechanic can install it. So it's running while it's parked and off. Extra safety, you know. And we looked at a bunch of stuff, and I showed him the one I wanted exactly and why I wanted it. And they only had one left. And he says, I'll see if I can do you a deal. So $179 and $79.95 were the 2 items, yeah? And so he did me the actual dash cam for $150 and the smart box for $50, so $200, which was fucking awesome. And then both of us forgot until I walked outside, and then I realised and walked back in, thankfully. Then I needed to get a SD card. And I'd been looking online because they said you need these special endurance ones for dash cams. And they all were like very expensive. The 128 gigabyte was like $99. Anyway, there was a different one. As he again came out and helped me. And whatever it is, it's specially made endurance for dash cams, 128 gig. I bought it, and it was $49.95 or something. 45, I don't know. Anyway, he did it for $35. But I worked it out when I got in the car, or home, or somewhere. I actually don't know. It would have cost me full price $404, and instead it cost me $235, which is awesome. Groceries cost me more than I thought, but again, I bought like 7 cans of dog food, and they cost $2.50 each. and the thermos bottle and all that stuff. I do think I probably should have made pasta if I'm honest with myself, but such is life. I am extremely tired and I have to be up tomorrow because tomorrow is like go to the mechanic, have to be there at the time I said there'd be, I'd be there because he's flying out somewhere tomorrow night. So, and my hand hurts from holding this. But when I said that my mind is fucking causing me shit, last night I couldn't sleep due to restless leg syndrome. And thankfully I was able to get my back off and fucking failed today. I don't know why the other pharmacy said they couldn't do it. But my flipping right leg where my knee is just feels weird every time I walk, like painful sprained weird. But lying here for this amount of time, been talking about 16 freaking minutes, it's okay so far, so fingers crossed, because I do want to get up there. Alex said on the phone, it's been getting put off and put off. She's like, is there a reason? And I was like, yeah, thoughts crossed my mind. But I mean, I literally cannot pack this stuff by myself, right? But I learnt more today, and I know what I'm getting myself into, so to speak. I think I'm gonna be by myself 5 days of the week. Like, anyway, the only other thing I want to add to myself is that the flipping privacy screen that I've bought for my car, I don't know, I think it would be like covering the camera. So fucking that's one of the first things I'm gonna have to check tomorrow, because otherwise I'm gonna need to rethink what I'm doing. Though the big black sheet I'm using for the back that I originally used for the front when I tried it in the car the first 2 times, massive. I could cut it in half, it would be fine. But these are things I have to figure out, which means I have to go to sleep so that I get up in the morning. And apparently the Discord invite link is wrong. I know nothing about Discord. Thankfully, I was told yesterday. I shall try and figure it out. Good night.